Look, my involvement with tech was, I mean, mostly I'm a financial guy. So my involvement with tech was, I think everybody here is old enough to remember Y2K bug. If not, then apologies. So, I have a 13-year-old. So one day he was asking me, Dad, do you think Y2 bug was made up, or people really made it up to make a lot of money because companies who were putting out the proposal probably didn't know what they were doing? And that's a good question, right? And I had to come back because I'm the dad. I have to come back to that question. So I said, look, it's an insurance policy, right? I mean, so you're taking a risk by not doing anything about it, by not pouring in a lot of capital in it, and by not investing in it to make sure, even if there is a slim chance, you want to make sure you have covered that. And that's why grown-up people were putting capital in it. You know what? It's hindsight. We can all say, you know what, it was a bad idea or not. We don't know. The same thing is with cybersecurity. So we're talking about digitalization. Everybody has a digital identity. We are all geotagging ourselves. I think probably some of us have already tagged ourselves. I'm here doing this, doing that. We all do that. And you're giving away a lot of your information. You know, we had another investment when we were looking at, we had the discussion about MySpace. I don't know if anybody remembers High Five. There was a platform called High Five. And the reason why we got involved in High Five is because I thought this could be a nice social experiment. Instead of going and talking to a focus group, now I have a sample of tens of thousands of people. But Facebook did an amazing job. You became the product. You are supplying the content. You are sharing all the information. And companies like the company that we created goes, takes a lot of the information, and then works with it, and it becomes an intelligent information, actionable information. So then you're killing the old school firm focusing on interviewing people on the street, talking about what's the trend, etc., getting the pulse of the market. And now we all know what, you can probably win elections, right? Because you understand how people are thinking and you understand people behavior. And today what's happening is people behavior is what a large part of the economy is all about. And with cybersecurity, that's what you're trying to do. And we had a discussion where, if you are, let's say you're an Amazon and you got hacked, then I'm not just looking at sorting Amazon. I'm also looking at who are the companies that Amazon is serving. So let's say if BA is being served by Amazon, you will go short BA because 3 months down the road, it will come out in the public that, okay, BA was affected by the data breach. So you make that call, and sometimes regulator will come and talk to you. Are you facilitating this? I mean, that's an imagination gone wild. But you can have a discussion and say, okay, this is the call you can make based on the judgment. So cybersecurity today, as Andrea was saying, is probably the most important topic in a board discussion. And if you're a CEO, now your shareholders who have given you capital ask you, is your phone secure? I say, well, remember Jeff Bezos? I mean, I don't think you can be richer than Jeff Bezos. And if the guy cannot secure his phone, forget about my phone, right? Because at the end of the day, people who are giving you capital, your team, your board, all of them want to be sure that as a CEO, you have some protection. Now, on distribution, what we are doing, look, cybersecurity is a big area. Everybody's trying to tackle bits and pieces of the area. So you're an IBM, you have the bragging rights. You could say, well, I put in a $10 billion in my cybersecurity business. But that doesn't mean anything to him. That doesn't mean anything to me or my team. Because what you are technically doing is probably just taking an average technology and trying to brand it as an IBM or anybody, anything. I mean, I'm not just wanting to go after an IBM. So the best ideas probably are still somewhere in the lab sitting somewhere. But what you need to do is, where we come from, is to commercialize it. How are we going to commercialize it? So we say, okay, you know what, let's see how we can create a structure where we can monetize it, where we can commercialize it. So what we are doing is we are going to high growth market, And we are going to a market, we are saying, look, you know what? You don't understand what you are looking for. What we will do is we'll package the entire bundle for you. So on an edge cloud, on a private cloud, we'll give you fintech solutions, we'll give you cybersecurity solutions, and it's a subscription model. So you don't have to invest a few $100,000 on making sure you have a cybersecurity team, because a lot of these guys can't have that much expenses because they're a privately owned enterprise. So that's where our subscription model works. So we tested an idea. What we did is we went to a couple of the airports and we got the approval that, look, we need to test this idea. And we went to some of the coffee shops in the airport. And I won't mention the name, you know the name. And we put a sticker, made up sticker, 5-star, cyber proof. And within matter of 2 hours, we saw people coming in. And these were people who are young generation people, right? Young generation. And they want to ask, okay, is my RFID secure? Is this a secure cafe? Is my password secure? Is my laptop going to be secure? And the lady at the cafe is saying, well, whatever it says, it's secure probably. I don't know. And a lot of people started coming in. So we saw that there is a market. We just saw that there is a market. And that video, we took it to the owner of the chain and we say, see, we tested this in your own cafe and it works. So why won't you spend a $250 per month to insure yourself, and we'll provide you the entire package. And that's how we are building the model. So I think, if I've missed something, let me know. But I feel this is a key area. There is a lot of investment coming in cybersecurity, and I think there is a lot of cybersecurity conference, in fact, in Davos ongoing. But a lot of people are putting a lot of capital in it, and people think you need to deploy a $20 billion to make it work. Probably yes, maybe you do. But in our case, we are looking at just understanding where the market is, making sure there is market for what we are doing. We are not trying to invent something. That's not our business. So we will work with a pencil data type company and we'll say, okay, let's see what you have, let's see what we have, and let's just go to the market together because it adds value to both sides. So that's our business model. And it's a fit, and that's why we are now kind of putting together a strategy for the larger market. So that's from me. That's it from me. If there is any question, I'll be happy to answer.
I'm going to moderate a couple of questions.
Yeah, okay.
And then, by all means, questions from the group here as well.